A surge of confidence this month in July in the economy helped drive increases in our monthly Spectrem indices, as the Affluent Investor Confidence Index rose 5 points from June to positive 11, and the Millionaire Index rose 9 points over the last month to end July at positive 15. Millionaire investors indicated for the first time in 5 months that they will be moving off the sidelines. They also expressed increased confidence in their household economic outlook. This helped to offset the heightened cautious mindset of non-millionaire investors. As the second half of 2015 began, affluent investors were buoyed by 2 agreements reached in the first 2 weeks of July. Talks continue between Greece and its international creditors for a new bailout that would keep it in the Eurozone contingent on the country adopting unpopular austerity measures. The United States and its partners reached an agreement with Iran, which is currently under review, that its proponents claim will keep the country from getting a nuclear weapon. We've also had some very positive economic reports. The June Labor Department jobs report released at the beginning of the month was on the surface solid, with job growth at 223,000 for the month. Claims for initial unemployment benefits fell on July 16th after 3 weeks of increases. The next week, they fell to their lowest point since 1973. The July National Association of Home Builders and Wells Fargo Housing Market Index reached its highest point since November of 2005. Housing starts jumped nearly 27%, and permits to build new homes rose 30% in June compared to the same period in 2014. When asked about the one factor that is most impacting their current investment plans, the highest percentage of affluent investors, at 30%, cited stock market conditions. Of those surveyed who are millionaires, the percentage was slightly higher at 32%, which is on par with the response in April when this question was last asked. 9% of affluent investors surveyed by us here at the Spectrem Group indicated that the economic environment is the one factor most affecting their current investment plans, which is up just slightly from April. The stock market had an uneven first half. Among the events that have rattled investors, including ISIS and ISIS-inspired attacks abroad and in America, the Greek debt crisis, America's prolonged negotiations on a controversial nuclear agreement with Iran, a stock bubble in China, and speculation over when the Federal Reserve would raise interest rates. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 1.4% through the first 6 months of the year, the first time in 5 years that the index lost ground in that period. The S&P 500 ended the first half with a gain of just 0.2%, also the worst showing since 2010. The second half has begun with the United States, the United Kingdom, China, Russia, and Germany, along with the European, signing the nuclear deal with Iran that its proponents state will prevent Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon. Also this month, the Eurozone offered Greece a new $90 billion 3-year bailout that would secure its place in the euro in exchange for Greece enacting austere economic reforms. The talks between Greece and its international creditors continue. Retirement is another key issue being watched by affluent investors. 18% indicated that this is actually the key factor affecting their current investment plans. The July Spectrum Affluent Household Outlook gained 3.9 points to 25.2, which is basically unchanged from July of 2014. The Spectrum Affluent Household Outlook is a monthly measure of affluent confidence in 4 financial factors that impact their daily lives. Household assets ended the month at 49.6 points, down just over 1.5 points from June and at a 3-month low. The economy was at 20.80 points, a gain of almost 15 from June and a 5-month high, up 13.6 points from July of 2014. Household income ended at positive 16 points, a loss of 6 points from June. The Labor Department's June jobs report released in the beginning of July reported stagnant wage growth, along with its less than forecast 223,000 jobs created. Also a bit troubling was a month-to-month increase in the number of unemployed, discouraged workers who have given up searching for work. Spectrum Group breaks down the Spectrum Affluent Household Outlook by millionaire and non-millionaire households. The non-millionaire household outlook was basically unchanged from June at 19.67 points, a loss of 0.25 of a point. In comparison, the millionaire household outlook gained 7.93 points to 30.47, a 5-month high. The Spectrum Millionaire Household Outlook registered increases in all 4 categories. The biggest month-to-month gains reported in company health, the economy, household assets, and household income. A triple threat of market conditions, the economy, and the political climate are considered by affluent investors to be the most serious threats to achieving their financial goals, according to a Spectrem Group survey. Millionaires are more focused than affluent investors as a whole on the market at 20% versus 17%. Among those who consider the economy as the most serious threat to achieving their financial goals, millionaires are slightly less concerned than their non-millionaire counterparts. Both demographics are near equally concerned about the ever-volatile political climate. The political climate in June is heating up along with the weather. 5 of the 13 announced Republican candidates for president announced this month, and several events have sharpened the political rhetoric, including 2 controversial Supreme Court rulings, one that upheld the Affordable Care Act, anathema to the Republican candidates, and the second that made same-sex marriage legal in all 50 states. In addition, there was the tragic shooting at a historic black church in Charleston, South Carolina, that left 9 black parishioners dead, which sparked debate anew over the Confederate flag that flies over the state's capital. For the first time in 5 months, affluent investors surveyed by Spectrem Group about how they intend to invest in the coming month indicated they would move off the sidelines. Intention to hold on the sidelines dropped in July to 36 points, which is a 3-month low from 38.8. Affluent investors' intention to invest in stocks rose almost 7 points to 35.6, a 10-month high, and up 5.6 points from July of last year. Stock mutual funds rose 4 points in July to positive 38, a 4-month high, and up 4.5 points from July of 2014. Spectrem Group breaks down affluent investment preferences by millionaire and non-millionaire households. Non-millionaires are much more likely than millionaires to stay on the sidelines in the coming month, 40.2 points versus 32 points for millionaires. But millionaires intend to move off the sidelines in a pretty big way. Stocks gained 12.5 points to end the month at 40.6, a 7-month high. Equity mutual funds gained 5 points to 41.4, a 3-month high. Among non-millionaires asked as to how they will invest in the coming month, cash posted the biggest month-to-month jump, 7.9 points to 18.9. Intention to invest in stocks was basically unchanged from last month, 29.7 months in June to 30, while equity mutual funds ticked upward 3 points to 34.4. Bonds posted a 2.4 point increase to 4.1. My name is Randy Ostrowski. Thanks for watching.